and welcome back to Ask Grandma. Today's topic is
Good evening, loved ones. It's good to be with you again with Ask Grandma. Now, we have several other questions here, but the one I want to tackle today, the question is, what do you think about the flood involving Noah? And I was wondering, first off, why would anybody ask that question? But then I thought, well, we always ask Grandma anything and everything, and apparently that's on somebody's mind. Now, the question said, what do you think, meaning I, about the flood involving Noah? Okay. Number one, I think it was devastating to begin with. And then it was complete. But I also think that it was unnecessary. The first thing, devastating, it was highly destructive. It was a catastrophic, sudden, it was, all I can say, it was complete. And then in saying that being complete means absolute, absolutely the end, or absolutely the beginning. This was just absolutely conclusive. There was nothing, to me, there was nothing left to say except the fact that, for me, it was unnecessary. And I mean, when I say unnecessary, it's because what did it do? What did it actually accomplish? Number one, there was 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Rain that made sure nothing was uncovered. Even the highest mountain was underwater, which meant there was nowhere anybody could go. No mountain to climb, no tree to climb, nothing. The only person save Noah that was left, and his wife and his children and his children's wives. And that's because God found him a good man. This was a man that was obedient to everything that God wanted. Evidently, he had to be the best at that time and the only one at that time. So he was able to build an ark, and his family, everybody, saved. But it was so devastating because everybody and everything, I just can't fathom that. Nothing survived. And it was so complete that there was no hope for resolutions. You couldn't stand around and think, what am I going to do? What can I do? This had never happened before. You couldn't even think to build a raft. There was nothing that you could. And to me, it was so unnecessary because what changed? Even when Noah and his family finally touched ground, sin started all over again with Noah's son. Nothing changed. And it is also written in the Bible I wish I had looked that up and had written it down, where it states that man, the very thought of man is evil in his heart, which means that God, being a perfect God, knowing all, I'm sure he already knew this. He knew that the same thing was going to happen again. Now, this is my thinking, and I don't in any way propose to think for God. But had he not done that, if there was no flood, would we know the severity of choices? There was a choice back then. You chose to either follow God or you chose to walk in sin. Apparently, they all chose to walk in sin. And by doing that, this is why the great flood. But this is something we even deal with today. I mean, there's so much corruption and so much evil in this world today. If it hadn't been for the flood, would we not be weighing the consequences of our choices right now? Think about that. Number one, as parents, if we choose not to chastise our children, what are the consequences of our decision, our choice? As people, if we do not morally and rightly decide to correct our surroundings and the people who are around us and our situations, what are the consequences? You can say, for the most part, at the base of our lives is choice. And after choice, there's a response. And after response, there is a consequence for the response. Now, I would venture to say, in my mind, thinking about this, that probably was the biggest thing that came from the flood, is the simple fact that we know that within an instant, things can change. Then we know that there are choices to be made, and we have to think to ourselves, do I make the right choices in my life? Now, I had written something down. Okay, it said, I wrote here that dealing with Noah, there seemed to be one man who had a plan. His plan was to be obedient. Whether you want to trust and believe in God or not, surely you must believe in right or wrong. Even if you don't believe that there is a God or believe in God, you do know right and wrong. That is a choice. Your choice to do that which is right or that which is wrong. You simply must believe in something. What is that? One thing that we do know, that belief dictates a choice of that which is right or that which is wrong. And as we said, that choice leads to a response, and that response leads to a consequence. To get rid of everything, listen to this. This is God. God got rid of everything and everybody without any type of warfare, be it germs, chemicals, or ammunition. Do I think that was right? No. Do I question God? No, sir, I don't. Did it serve its purpose? That depends upon who you're asking and whose point of view you're looking at. I choose to serve God, therefore I trust in his knowledge of this world and its people. If I have done nothing else, on the thought of that question, the main thing it leads me with is the simple fact I have choices. I have choices to do that which is right or to do that which is wrong. And let's go over this again. If we make the choice, then we must suffer the consequences of that choice. And in this time during the flood, all the peoples of the world at that time, save Noah, seem to have made the wrong choice. They chose not to follow God, not to be obedient. And as I said, within 40 days and 40 nights, think about it. This God, our God, ended the world without one thought of weapons or warfare of any kind. Think about that. And while you're thinking about that, think about how you are living your life. The things that you are doing in your life. Are these things leading you toward peace in your life? Or is it causing you strife? If you choose to do that which is right, then you can sit back and be at peace with your choice. And rest assured, whatever the consequences, you'll be able to face them with a smile on your face. But in doing something that is wrong, you constantly have to say, what if? What if I had done this? I'm sure when it started raining, those people were running around trying to figure out what in the world did they do. They had no idea because it had never rained before. They had no idea what was happening. So it would be better for me to try and live my life righteously so that whatever happens, I can be at peace with the consequences. Now remember, you asked me, what do I think about the flood? I think it was unnecessary. I think it was devastating that everything and everybody, nobody was able to find a way out. And it was complete because there was no hope and there was no resolution. There was no way to do anything to get out of it. And I think it was unnecessary because man didn't change. Man still found a way within himself, within his heart, to be corrupt. Man still war with other men. Man still kill. Man still lies. Man still performed immoral acts. Man still hate and hate unnecessarily. And man still thinks that he can step on another man to gain prestige or to get to where he wants to go. Man is still corrupt. What did the flood do? The flood told us that we have a choice to do that which is right or that which is wrong. And all Grandma can say is, do your best to do the things that are right. And Grandma is not preaching, as I said, even if you don't believe in God, even if you think there is no God, you do know right from wrong. And that's what the flood leads me to. Choices, right from wrong. If I have helped anyone, until next time, this is Grandma saying, love you, try to live your life right, be kind to your neighbors, and above all, respect yourself that you can demand respect.
If there's a question or topic you would like to see on Ask Grandma, you can make your submissions in the comment section below, send us a message on Facebook, or email us at askgrandmacc@outlook.com. Until next time.